Today I'm going to talk about our math lesson. So I'm going to start by going over our objective for today's lesson. It says students will be able to multiply whole numbers up to 3 digits by 2 digits using traditional method. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the warm-up, and then we're going to go through some practice procedures. So let's get to our warm-up here. I'm showing these to you in a word problem form because you're going to have to not only know how to do the multiplication, but you're going to have to figure out what the problem is before you can even do the multiplication steps. So with our warm-up activity, what I want you guys to do is I want you to see, are we using multiplication to solve the answer? Yes or no, okay? So your answers will be yes, or your answers will be no, okay? So if we look at number 1, it says Hunter runs 4 miles every day. How many miles does he run in 30 days? Would we use multiplication to solve that, or would we not? Well, yes, we would. How many miles does he run in 30 days? We would multiply 4 miles times 30 days, and that would give us our answer. So that answer to number 1 would be yes. Let's look at number 2. There were 75 parents at the school carnival. There were 54 students at the carnival. How many people were at the carnival? Well, it's wanting us to add 75 parents and 54 students. So no, this problem is not asking us to multiply. The Leesville High School football team scored 16 points in each quarter. How many points were scored in all 4 quarters? So it's wanting us to take 4 quarters and multiply it by 16 points. And that's how we would get that answer. So yeah, we would multiply. We would use multiplication for that. Then on number 4, Marcus was putting away his 52 toy cars. He put an equal amount of cars into 4 bins. How many cars were in each bin? Oh, so this is wanting us to take 52 cars and divide them into 4 different bins. So no, we are not using multiplication here. It's very important to understand that you're going to have to find out what math problem you have to do in order to get the answer when working with word problems. All right, let's check our answers. Yes, no, yes, no. Good. Okay, so let's go through and do some guided practice. All right. We've got 3 steps here. Okay. So let's see what the word problem says. Jamie watched 3 movies on Saturday. Each movie was 95 minutes long. For how many total minutes did Jamie watch movies on Saturday? So it's wanting us to write the problem for step 1. And it shows there that they wrote 95 because it's 95 minutes long, and they want to know total minutes. And they're going to multiply that by 3 because it also says that she watched 3 movies. So the first thing we need to do is we need to write the problem down. Multiply the number in the ones place on the bottom by the number in the ones place on the top. Now, we've gone over place value, and that's what I was talking about last week with knowing our foundation because we're going to build upon it. So our ones place is right here with the 5 and the 3, our ones place, okay? So we need to multiply 3 times 5, and that's 15. Now you can see that it looks a little different here because we have a 1 and a 5. Why didn't they just put a 1 next to the 5? I mean, 15, right? Well, we're going to record the ones place of the answer, because when you write 15, if I can do this big enough for you. The number 15 has a ones place and a tens place. So the number that is in the ones place, we simply keep in the ones place for our answer, just like they have there. Okay. Well, what about the one? What about the one that's in the tens place? Well, we're going to carry that to the tens place, and we're going to put it at the top. So we're carrying it over. Carry the tens place, okay? And it looks just like in our guided practice example, okay? Now we do step 3. It says multiply the number in the ones place on the bottom by the number in the tens place on the top. So now we're going to multiply the 3 times the 9, okay? Add the 1 that was carried to the product, to the sum, to the answer. Record the number to the left of the 5. And it explains very clearly what you do in these steps. And our activity for today, you're gonna have guided practice as well, just like this, where you have to go step 1, write the problem. Step 2, I want to see those steps. I want to make sure you guys are understanding the steps. So, let's finish this one. So if we take 3 times 9, which would be 27, but then we have to add that 1 from the tens place, would be 28. And so we get a number of 285, which is the total amount of minutes Jamie watched TV on Saturday. Okay. Okay. So we will come back and do some more of these problems. I have quite a bit that we can go through this week. Let's get down to right here. All right, so what it wants us to do is it wants us to do the exact same thing we just did, guys. It says, read each question below. Read each question below. Use multiplication to find the answers. Remember to include the correct unit with your answer. So you're going to make sure that you're putting them in the proper place, okay, with place value. All right, the Crazy Critters pet store has 18 rabbit cages. Each cage contains 4 rabbits. How many rabbits are there in all? Well, we need to multiply 4 times 18, don't we? Okay, so step 1. Is write the multiplication problem. I don't think it gives me the option to do any kind of writing on this. So I'll write it on paper down here. So what we want to do is we want to take our problem and we want to put 18 on top for however many cages we have, and we're going to multiply it by 4. So we have our 18 by 4. And then it says multiply the 4 by the 8. Okay, I want us to multiply the 4 by the 8, which is 32. Now, The 2 is in the ones place, so I'm going to go ahead and write it down at the bottom. And the 3 is in the tens place. I'm going to write that at the top. Remember to carry the number in the tens place in the answer over to the 1. Record the number in the answer. Multiply the 4 by 1. Yes. Add the number that you carried. Record your number in the answer. So 4 times 1 is 4. And we're going to add 3. Which gives us 72. And that's your answer. And that's how you're going to work out number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on your assignment. Okay? It's a lot of rabbits, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to stop here, and this is your assignment for today. You have some other assignments. Don't forget your academic vocabulary. There's a slide at the end after you go through your vocabulary. Again, understanding that vocabulary is the foundation of everything. You need to make sure that you guys are understanding that. Let me know if you have questions. There will also be an online activity. I'm not sure if it's in ExactPath, Study Island, or Freckle, but it'll be posted in your Google Classroom. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you another time.